Hello and welcome. So I'm going to go over something today that I know a lot of people they don't know or are completely unaware of, and even traditional doctors that are just trained on drugs and surgery know pretty much zero about nutrition. That's not part of their training, and they don't take the step up and actually learn physiology. And of course they don't know what I'm going to explain here. And when you go to the doctor in America, traditionally, and other countries have certain ways of doing exactly what I'm going to explain, and they're a little more advanced and a little more accurate when it comes to blood pressure testing, which is known as pulse pressure. This is not the most accurate way to find out if you have a problem with your heart, in my opinion. This is just one indicator, and it needs to be done on multiple times throughout a given time of a week, or at different times of the day, the same time of the day. Really get an accurate reading. And I'm just throwing this out in a broad range. There's actually it's a whole system to this, but I'm just giving you some basic information so you know that going in one time and getting your blood pressure tested is not going to mean anything. It depends on if you just ran, it depends on if you maybe drank a cup of coffee, it depends on if you're sitting down, it depends on a lot of factors. This is why it needs to be done multiple times, is the point, and over a series of multiple days, not just one day or 2 days. And what's happening is everybody thinks that 120 over 80 is normal. Now, the amount, which is 120 minus 80, and which is the difference of 40, that's the normal part. The numbers, higher or lower, don't really mean a whole lot. Let me explain. So if you have a high blood pressure and you're tested one time, okay, even twice, here in the United States, and you have a 130 over 80, actually 130 over 90, let's say, let's make this accurate, 130 over 90, do you have high blood pressure? No, your difference is 40. Now, what are they going to do when you have high blood pressure? They're certainly going to try to sell you on that prescription before you leave the office, and you're going to be walking out there with that prescription in your hand. You're going to be going to the drugstore picking out blood pressure medicine. What is that going to do for you? It's going to slow down the heart. So when it slows down the heart, it's not fixing the underlying problem, which you didn't have in the first place. So I hope you're seeing here, this is just to sell drugs. If you have 160 over 120, do you have high blood pressure? No. 160 minus 120 is 40. Now, if you have 125 over 65, do you have a problem? Yes, look at that range. You're well over 40. Now, are they going to tell you that you have a problem and you have high blood pressure, or you have an indicator that you may have a problem with your heart? No. So do you see the deception in this? How many people do you know that actually have 120 over 80 and have it exactly in that range? Or have it right around 125 over 75, or anything of that nature? Not everybody. There's a group of people that may, but remember the difference is 40. If it's over 40, you have a problem with your heart. What that may be, there's many other signs. If you close your eyes, I mentioned this in other videos, you close your eyes, you have purple veins coming down on your eyelids if you close your eyes, okay? That is an indicator that you have a problem with your heart. That is a much more accurate indicator because the body doesn't lie. Creases on your earlobes, you have a problem with your heart. You're balding. You're losing hair on the sides, the back, your circulatory system is not functioning properly, you have a problem with your heart. If you have fluid retention, under your eyes is the most common that I see everywhere. Not only does that deal with your kidneys not flushing out the waste, but it's a sign, could be one sign of heart failure, where the heart is not pumping enough blood on one of the sides, either left or right, or it could even be both, and you have a problem. Now, that's going to cause swelling in the feet, your ankles, and just having hurt feet doesn't really, or swollen feet, doesn't really mean a whole lot if you have none of these other symptoms, it may not be a problem with your heart at all. But when you have multiple signs, this is a problem. So pulse pressure is not the most accurate, even if you're doing it for a number of days and a long period of time. But the difference is 40, not the numbers higher or lower. There's no such thing as a chart that's going to explain this. And this is physiology, and this is what is not known in the U.S. Other countries out of the U.S., there are doctors that are very well aware of this, and they understand this process. Now, at this point, I hope that you understand this, and if you're on high blood pressure medicine, remember it's just slowing down the heart. It's a drug. Once you come off of that, it's going to speed up your heart. You're going to feel like you continue to need that. Raw fruits and vegetables, running, the sun, and lots of rest, clean water, Fiji water, of course, because I love the ecosystem. Water is about the ecosystem. At this point, go ahead and take these tips, and if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.